Alright, so we're going to dye up. Got the gloves on. Try to reuse daubers too as much as possible. Just another way to help save in cost. So we'll get some dye on this. So I don't get too heavy in the dye, just kind of rub it off. And we'll go around the edges. This piece shouldn't take too much because for the most part it's dyed. It's just I came back and I did some cleanup of this one. Now this was, when I was doing the holes, I got way too close to the edge, so I just remade it. I didn't like how close it was, and I didn't think it was going to turn out too good, so I remade it. And here, since I got all the tape on there, I just come through and go like this. Now I don't have to worry too much because I got the tape on there, so that should help protect what I want to antique. And we'll get a little bit more. We'll come through. So that makes it look really nice. We'll see it when I actually pull that off really good. But so we'll come through, get this part now. Now I'll do the other one off camera, but I'm going to do this one on camera. And I have a little groove there set too, so I know right where it stops and to put the tape. So that's why I'm kind of getting it kind of heavy in there, because I want to get down into that groove. I don't want it to show up and not have any dye on it. Then the other thing I want to do, because some of this is going to show through that lacing a little bit. So I want to make sure I cover up that edge. Just in case any of it shows through the lacing work. Now this is an alcohol-based dye, so I can come back and do another coat here pretty soon. You shouldn't have to do too many coats. This isn't the Pro dye from B-Beans. This is actually just a regular dye. So then I want to get this edge too, because you'll definitely see this edge. And the other thing I want to get is I want to get down into here. Because if you look into the scabbard, this will be seen. So I want to kind of cover it up. I don't have to do the whole thing because you're not going to be able to see too far down in there. But I want to get so that at least some of it is covered. And I don't want to go too nuts. I'll just do the one coat. I don't want to go too nuts because I don't want it to bleed onto the metal of the sword. So we'll just do the one coat and that's going to be good. But we'll do another coat on the rest of the edges. Like I said though, we'll do this one and then I'm going to do the one off camera, you guys, just because it's going to get long and boring if I keep doing it where I show everything. So we'll do that and I'll finish up and then we'll come back later. Okay, so here it's all done. It's mostly dried for the most part. I took the tape off because I didn't want it to have too much of a chance to soak through. Some of the areas it did, but I think I can work around it, being that it's going to be more of a Viking kind of thing. It's going to give it more of a barbaric look, I think, when I put the antique gel on. We'll see. Lesson learned. Maybe I need to push it down a little bit more. Maybe I should add a couple of layers of tape instead of just the one layer of tape I put on there. And I just realized I had my glasses on and you're getting a reflection. Sorry. So that's what we're going to do with that. So we'll just continue on to it. So then what my plans are is I'm going to do an antique gel. And that's going to make this all pop. And the way I did this is it's all swivel knifed. But to give it more of a kind of barbarian look kind of thing. I just made sure that I put up a ruler, and I tried to keep each letter 1 inch. But I did it all freehand because I wanted to give it more of a rough look. I didn't want it to look all nice and spaced out and perfect. I thought that's what's going to make this look even better and give it the overall effect. On these, I matched it up and I had the images all nice and neat. In fact, that's the size of the image so that I can put it in there and I can get it all lined up with the edges and get it even up. For the most part, I did really good. This is one of the best swivel jobs I did on the binder detail. There's still a lot of problems. I still got a lot of work to do on the swivel knifing. But it's coming out a lot better. I'm getting better at it. I did widen this down here. I just took the spoon, the carving spoon, and went in there and kind of dug it out a little bit more and opened it up. I think that's going to take the antiquing and really make that pop. Then what I'm going to do down here after it's antique, I'm going to take some Resolene, which is up here, and I'm going to paint right in this area with Resolene. And then I'm going to take acrylic paint and just go in there, or enamel paint, sorry, and just go in there and paint and bring out the horde symbol and this symbol. Both of them are red symbols, so I think that's going to add a nice look too. So I'll have the rabbit fur, the antiquing, the outside gel, this, the red, and then the tips. I think that's going to be great, but I'm going to let this rest, let the oil or the alcohol dye dry completely, and then I'm going to come through, and I really like this this conditioner, the Carnauba conditioner. I'm really liking it. I've had no problems with it. I've had people come up and say, hey, this knife sheath or something my dad gave me, it's really beat up. I've had it for many years. He had it for many years. And can you do something with it? So I throw this on there, throw some Resolene on there, get my brush out, and just really start polishing out. It's brought back everything so far. So that's what I'm going to do with that. But since I used alcohol, it's going to dry out that leather. And everybody knows how alcohol is on your skin because your skin is leather. So I need to condition this leather shortly after this. I don't want to activate that dye though and then smear it everywhere. So I want to make sure it's good and dry before I put the Carnauba oil on it and get it all nice and oiled up. I have thought about making my own because I do have the stuff to make it, so that would be cool. But for now, that's what I've got planned so far. And this piece came out, so that's going to be all done, and we're going to go from there. Alright guys, thanks for watching this part of the video.